I only have one chapter and an epilogue left. I think I worked for a little more than an hour. I have written 2,200 something words in that hour or something, and I only have one scene left. It feels completely unreal. I can't believe I will finish this book like today. Okay, so I know the exposure is shit, but anyway, I'm gonna talk about this. This is a glass of water. I'm just gonna put that a little bit out of frame. But okay, I'm sitting down to finish writing my book because I have only one scene left to write. I updated you guys when I was at 88,043 words. I'm still at that word count. I haven't written anything since I last updated you guys, and it has been a couple of hours because I needed to shoot 2 videos for my YouTube channel. So I took a break, I ate lunch, I read some stuff in my book, and now I'm ready to sit down and write again. So I'm at a week-long break from school right now, and I thought that I would be working on this book for the whole week. And now when I realize that I have written 2,000 words and have come up with a plot twist, literally the last chapter before the epilogue, I came up with a plot twist that made me realize that I didn't need the epilogue, because in the epilogue that would have been the plot twist, but the new plot twist happens before the epilogue, so I don't need that. I still am open to write that, but I will finish the story, write this last chapter, and then I will rethink and choose if I am going to have the epilogue or not. I sat down to write for an hour today, and I just thought that I don't have to finish it, I just need to write an hour every single day. And then it turned out that I had written over 2,000 words and I only have one scene left. So that is what I will be doing right now. I will be writing that scene. I had already started the scene. I had written the sentence that kickstarts the whole scene. So I am jumping in from that and going to write the scene, the ending scene with the plot twist. I'm honestly feeling quite calm right now. Like, I should be overly excited right now. It could be because I'm quite tired and I'm just in that mindset. I'm in that calm mindset because I'm on a break from school. I don't have to stress about anything right now. But I feel like I should be overly excited and like jumping around and screaming and, you know, because this is my first ever book that I will ever finish. Or I have ever finished. I'm not finished yet, but like, I'm almost finished. I have not finished writing a story. I have finished writing short stories for school, but that is assignments, you know, I have to finish them for school to be able to get a grade, you know. So this will be the first fiction writing I have ever done that I have finished on my own at home. So, you know, that is something completely new to me, and I should be really happy about it, and I am happy about it. I'm just not overly excited. I don't know, I have only one scene left. I'm thinking it may be like 500 words or something. I'm just gonna write till I can't no more. I don't have a timer. I'm not setting a word sprint or anything like that. I'm just going to set up my camera and start writing. Okay, now when I'm thinking about it more, I'm feeling really like angsty because I'm thinking, can I really write this scene good? Can I do this? I just have to start going, because if I keep thinking about it, I will procrastinate and not do it. So I just have to go to work. I just have to do it. Okay, let's do this. This is the final word count of the first draft. 88,419 words. I did actually write 700 something words in the scene that I just wrote, but why it is 400 is because I took away stuff from the remaining text. I took away like my own notes. In some chapters I wrote in the beginning exactly what I wanted to happen in the chapter, so I could go back to that and remember what I wanted, kind of like an outline of some sorts. So I took away from that, which made the word count smaller, but I did still write 700 something words to that last scene. And I don't know if I'm happy with the sentence, the ending sentence, because I feel like it has to have a punch, you know. It has to have something that intrigues the reader to want to read the sequel. That's just my take on it. I don't know if that's actually important. I know the first chapters are really important, so I will definitely be going back to that when I have taken a step back from this a while. But I have finished the first draft of my book. That is mind-blowing. I'm just sitting here wondering what the hell I'm supposed to do now. I don't know if I'm going to wait a couple of months or 1 month or 2 months. I don't know if I'm going to wait and then go back to this, because I have like some names I haven't filled out yet. I have some, probably just names on cities, names on countries that I haven't been able to decide when I was sitting down and drafting. drafting. So I just put like a comment, because I write in Google Docs, so I just put a comment over the 3 dots that I used for quite a lot of the names. So I just wrote a comment like, name for neighboring kingdom, name for that king. So I don't know if I'm going to do that this week, that I'm going to sit down and go through my comments and go through like all the dots, and see if I can, you know, figure out the names, and then I will take a break. I think I will do that because I don't feel finished. I know I'm not supposed to feel finished with the story because I am only on the first draft, and I'm going to go through this and edit and revise by my own before I even send it out to beta readers. But like, I don't feel finished. I don't feel like I have written the last words. Maybe that's just because this is not a full story. I know the sequel. I know that there's still more story to these characters. Anyways, I have finished my first draft of my first ever book. It is complete. It is 27 chapters long. It's 88,000 words. It's a book. Wait, I just have to Google something real quick. How many pages is... I will write 90,000 because I can't be 88,000 specific. Okay, so I have a result. It says here that 90,000 words is 100 pages single-spaced and 360 pages double-spaced. That isn't a lot, but it's still a book. Like, it's still something. I wrote a damn book. And you never know, maybe I will go back to this and just have to add so much stuff, then I will probably go more than 90,000 words. And that's just mind-blowing. I feel like I'm going to have a headache. What the hell am I supposed to do now? What the hell am I supposed to do? But I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my, plans. Like I just talked about, I'm going to finish going through my manuscript and adding names, because that is something that I have not done yet. But that is my plan. I will do that probably tomorrow because I don't have a lot of work to do tomorrow. But I have a plan. So I will stop working on this for a couple of months to just gain perspective and maybe go look at some editing tips, some revising tips, and the next steps that I will be taking in the completion of my book. I will definitely be vlogging that process when I get there. Until then, I will be working on outlining my second book. The second book will not be a part of the series because I am taking into consideration that maybe this will not be published, and then I do not want to not waste time on making the second book, but I want to evolve and keep growing, and I want to try another story. So that is what I will be doing. I will be working on a standalone fantasy. I think it's going to be adult actually. This will be part of a writing update, a vlog, and a chit-chat mashup. So right now you will be going to future me and see me talk about the third act process of this book, how I feel about it when I have taken a longer break. So hello everyone and welcome to the chatty part of this video where I talk about the third act in full, and not just me finishing the draft, but just me talking about all the different story beats and all the different things that I had to do with this third act, and all the experience so far. So I'm really sorry if the lighting in this video is a little bit off sometimes. It's quite sunny today, but like clouds come in here and then and it becomes really dark. So I finished my draft like 3 days ago and I have been sitting on it. I have been sitting on my feelings. I'm still really excited about finishing my first draft at the same time that I'm happy about it. I'm really overwhelmed with doubt, I guess, to start my new project. I'm really overwhelmed with the thought that I'm going to revise this book. Like, I don't have a mentor in my life that has written a book before and has published before. Like, my only mentors are author tubers here on YouTube that share their experiences, and all of those are English-speaking authors, and the publishing industry and the whole process of publishing a book is way different in like the US, for example, than in Sweden. Like, we don't really have literary agents. It's not really a thing in Sweden. Like, we send our manuscripts directly to the publishers. So I have a lot of revising to do and a lot of editing to do before I can even send it out to beta readers, and that just overwhelms me a lot. But that's also why it's great that now I can take a break from this for at least 3 months, maybe up to half a year before I start revising that book. Because right now I can't really see that many plot holes, I can't really see what's wrong with the book, and that's why you have a break. You have to gain a new perspective on the book so that you can spot things that you may not have spotted before that's wrong with the book or that needs fixing. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about that, but just that's my feelings coming out of the first draft, and I'm really overwhelmed with all the feelings, as you can probably tell. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about about my experience with the third act. Honestly, the third act went by really quickly for me. So before I begin to talk about the third act, let me just say that I have 2 writing updates on my channel. The first writing update is all about the first act and how I came up with this idea and how I started writing and outlining my book. And the second one is all about the second act and my experience writing that, as well as having fun with like dual POVs, because that was a big part of the second act for me, like seeing how their lives intertwines in different ways. And this is all about the third act. And before I go into story beats, I want to mention something, and that is that I followed Abby Emmons here on YouTube. I followed her outline for the 3-act story structure. So the names of the story beats may differ from other 3-act story structures, so I used her template for making my book, and it has been really helpful, and I will link her channel below. And I just want to point that out because she has helped me make my book a reality and make this story a reality for me, because I honestly think that I wouldn't have been able to finish this book if I hadn't like discovered outlining and discovered her channel, because she was the one to introduce me to outlining and that whole process. So I will link her channel below, like I said, and let's get into the story beats. So the first story beat in the third act is supposed victory, when the main characters think they have overcome whatever obstacle is in their way. It's just hopeful, it's just happy times. And for me this was a very hopeful and beautiful writing experience, because you know, the characters have been through a lot through the midpoint of the story and you know, the whole second act. So the first story beat in the third act was just really beautiful to be seeing the characters like gain their strength and you know, have hope for the future. And that makes the following story beats really hard to write, because you know, you want the best for your characters, or sometimes you want the best for your characters. So this next story beat, the disaster, is when everything goes wrong. So that was really heartbreaking and kind of stressful for the characters and myself. And with many of these story beats in the beginning of the third act, it focuses mainly on one of my main characters, because in this book that's where most of the plot things happen, and we see a bigger change in that character than in my other main character. With that said, it was stressful for the characters, but it was really fun for me as the author or writer to be flipping the characters on their head and put them in this new position and see how they will react to the things that I am doing to them. So following the disaster, we have the dark moment, the hopeless moment for the characters. And for me this was a way shorter story beat, because there's a lot of action going on, like my main character has to hurry, and there's an aspect of a ticking clock in the end of my book, so they can't just dwell on something. There can't be a big sad moment, hopeless moment. There is hopelessness, you can feel it, but it is not that prominent in my story as of yet. Maybe I will go back and revise this and build on that. And then we have the aha moment, the big scene where the characters realize something about their lives. It's a pivotal moment for the characters and they finally see the world for as it is, and you know. So because this is a series and because I have 2 main characters, it was important for me not to have a big aha moment in this story, or big aha moments for both characters. There is a smaller aha moment for one of my main characters, the same one that has gone through a lot in this book. So I did write a smaller aha moment, but because it's a series, it was really important for me to leave some realizations behind and work that out in the next book, as well as I didn't want the aha moment for my second main character to happen in this book, because I wanted to give the characters a small satisfaction of feeling that the story is moving forward, that the characters are moving forward, but at the same time I do still want the reader to want to read the second book and want to know how the characters will change in that book. So now you will see that I have changed this outline a bit. So after the aha moment there should be a climactic confrontation, there should be a victory and a resolution. So I run into this problem because I am writing a duology. This is a 2-book series and there is a small resolution, but at the same time I am building a new story in the last couple of chapters. Like, I'm enticing the reader with plot points and the plot twists that will lead to a new book. So I had to scrap the outline and get rid of like the victory and the confrontation and the resolution. I had to get rid of that and change that up to a plot twist that would entice the reader to want to read the sequel of my series. But okay, I do have a small climactic confrontation as a story beat in this book, but that is quickly followed by a plot twist that is the ending story beat of this book. So instead of the victory and the resolution, I have a plot twist. When I went into this book and started outlining this book, I did not know how the book was going to end. I knew up to the halfway point and I didn't change anything about my first act and my part of my second act in my outline when I was writing it. But I didn't know how the book was going to end, and when I was halfway, I realized I needed to outline the rest of my book. So I did that. I came up with this kind of cheap plot twist because I was just brainstorming plot twists and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the story at the time. And that's a tip from me, because I'm a big plotter, I'm a big outliner, and if you are like me, then I would recommend going into a story knowing what will happen to the characters and the world. So I decided on this plot twist halfway through, and then I kept writing it, and I was going to settle for this plot twist. And then in the middle of the last chapter, or in the beginning of the last chapter that I was writing that day when I finished the draft, I completely went the opposite way with the plot twist, and I totally scrapped that idea. Maybe I will use it in the future, and I came up with this whole new plot twist, and I decided to use that, because if I would have used the first plot twist, there would have been loose ends for the characters. Like, some of the characters would have really been affected by the plot twist and some characters wouldn't have, and then I didn't really know what to do with those characters. But this plot twist that I did fixed that problem, and this just opened up a new door for me for the other characters that I didn't really know what to do with in the end of the book. So overall, the third act was really quick for me. It took me by surprise. It was really fun, and I'm just really proud of myself because I have been wanting to write a book for forever. This is just a dream come true. You know, if I published this book, that would be a whole other level of dream. But just finishing a book, that is a very big accomplishment for me, and I'm really proud of myself. And you know, if you finish a book for the first time, you should be proud of yourself. So I will definitely try to do writing updates on this project whenever I feel like it, but I definitely want to do like writing vlogs more often. Like, my whole revision and editing process, I want that to be in a vlog format more than sitting down and chatting format, because I just feel like it's hard to sit down and talk about the revision process. I just feel like I need to tag you along in a vlog format when I'm editing the book, and then maybe I will do a writing update when I'm finished with it, maybe sending it out to publishers, and you know, an update before I send it out and an update after what happened. Like, I don't expect to actually get published with this book, but I still want to try, you know? I still want it to be a part of my experience writing my first book. With that said, I am right now outlining a new project, and with that, I am trying to vlog more. I am right now filming an outlining with me process that will go up on my channel as the second writer video after this. And I think that the new book is going to be way more vlog style, more than sit-down videos. But let me know in the comments what you prefer, if you prefer writing videos like this when I talk to the camera and sit down and, you know, chat to you, or if you like vlog content, because I do chat a lot in the vlogs, but it feels way more, you know, chill, I guess. So with that said, this is the last writing update or vlog on this project for a couple of months now. So the following writing videos will be about my new project, which I'm really excited about, and that is also inspired by Norse mythology. The themes of that book is very dear to me and something that means a lot to me, so I'm really excited to be sharing that with you. But let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Leave a like, and also leave a comment if you are writing something right now. I would love to know. Subscribe to my channel because I post a new video every Thursday, every week. It's the combination between writing and reading. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!